Most of what the college football transfer portal is used for nowadays is short-term rentals, just because of the nature of the unpredictability for what your roster is going to look like from year to year and how many guys are transferring away from your own program every season. You really just have to fill the needs that you can and hope to assemble a team that can compete at the level that you want it to. However, the best transfer portal acquisitions can return for years on end, be starters for multiple years, develop in their time there, and not just be 1 year rentals. And Missouri has had success with this before. Names like Theo Weiss, Christian Williams, Tyron Hopper, Joseph Charleston, Tristan Newson, all guys that transferred to the program at one point, developed within their time at the program, and started for multiple years because of that. So I wanted to take a look at this transfer portal class for Missouri and take a look at what guys fit into the long-term view for this program. And obviously, it's a little bit difficult to say, oh, there's going to be a starting spot open for them next year because they might just fill that spot with another transfer that they bring in, or this guy might transfer on his own. So obviously, very difficult for all the reasons that we're talking about of the unpredictability from year to year. But hypothetically, wanted to take a look at some opportunities that might be available in the future for these guys and just the long-term potential that they have. Starting off with Johnny Williams, the fourth, the offensive tackle transfer coming over from West Virginia. He started in 2 games, over 18 appearances. Really raw prospect, but he has 3 years of eligibility left. And Missouri's replacing 3 starters on the offensive line this year. At left tackle, I think it's going to be either Javen Richardson or Florida State transfer Jalen Early that take that spot. And then Johnny Williams kind of as a backup swing tackle. That's where they had him at during spring practices. But I definitely think next year he could be in line for a starting job. And then next up, Ahmad Hardy. It's pretty obvious. He has 3 years of eligibility remaining as well and had 1350 rushing yards as a freshman last year. Really good player already. No reason he shouldn't be for the next 3 years if he decides to stick around with Missouri. And then next up, Gavin Hoffman at tight end. He spent a year developing at Iowa. Pretty good place for a tight end to spend a year developing. Added on some size there. Has 4 years of eligibility remaining. And Brett Norfleet, the starter there right now, might look to declare for the NFL draft after his junior season this upcoming year. So Gavin Hoffman could really be a leader in that tight end room for multiple years down the line. And then next up, Nate Johnson. He has 2 years of eligibility remaining, but definitely some room for development and a lot to work with here. Incredibly athletic edge rusher. The big question on him is the drop off he had from his freshman to sophomore season. He went from 37 pressures in 1 year to 10 in his second. But again, there's a lot of clay to work with there. Next year, Zion Young will be graduated. Damon Wilson might declare for the NFL draft of the season, so there could be a starting spot open for Nate Johnson. And next up, 2 safeties, Mose Phillips coming over from Virginia Tech and Santana Banner from Northern Illinois. Again, a lot to work with these guys, raw prospects. Mose has 2 years of eligibility remaining, Santana 3. Next year, Jalen Catalon, the UNLV transfer, will be gone. So will Dalen Carnell at the star position. So Mose Phillips could definitely start at the star position. Santana Banner is a powerful hitter, so a lot of room to develop within there. And then finally, Josiah Trotter, probably the most promising as far as long-term potential out of these anybody on this list besides Ahmad Hardy. Really, 3 years of eligibility remaining. He was the Big 12 Freshman of the Year last year. Already a very steady, consistent force for West Virginia in 2024. He has a great frame right now. Definitely some room to grow in pass coverage, but already a great physical run defender. And there's no reason to see, to me, why he shouldn't hold that middle linebacker position down for the next 2 or 3 years if he decides to stick around with Missouri. So that's a recap of all the long-term potentials I could think of for this transfer group. Again, we'll see how much of them stick around, but I wouldn't be surprised if at least 2 or 3 of these guys ends up sticking around and being fixtures for this program.